Good morning! Welcome back to my channel, you guys. My name's Tayluna if you're new. Welcome to our spiritual fun hippie channel. I'm so happy to have you here. Make sure to like this video if you enjoy and subscribe down below to become part of our spiritual tribe. I'd love to have you. You guys, I had an overwhelming response from my last anxiety video that I posted, just kind of how I started dealing with my anxiety in a more spiritual way. You guys really enjoyed it. I'll link it down below if you haven't seen it yet. So of course I wanted to keep doing some anxiety related videos for you guys. It is something that I struggle with and have struggled with for pretty much my entire life. And I think it's time that we figure out how to deal with it because no one likes anxiety, right? Am I right? Or am I right? So today I wanted to share with you guys my spiritual morning routine for when I wake up feeling a little extra anxious. Sometimes your anxiety won't kick in until later in the day, or if you have something going on later that's kind of like, I'm a little worried about that. Sometimes it doesn't kick in until later, but sometimes you wake up and it's just like anxiety, panic mode, here we go. And it's so important to take a minute to tap into that feeling and ground your energy so you can actually enjoy your day and get things done throughout your day, even though you're feeling anxious. Anxiety is not a death sentence. We just have to learn how to deal with it. So I wanted to share with you guys the things that I like to do in the morning to help me when I'm feeling a little extra anxious. And let's just take you through it. For me, waking up is always different. So my anxiety days, I just kind of let my body tell me what it needs, you know? I'm very grateful to have the time freedom that I do and the career that I do, so I can allow myself that extra time to sit in bed if I need it. But if you are, if you have time commitments in the morning, if you have a job in the morning that you need to get to, I would say try and get up a little earlier than you normally do, or just set your alarm earlier than you normally do so you can kind of feel like you're taking a minute to sit in bed before you rush into your morning and get going. Giving yourself a little bit of extra time in the morning is really going to make a world of difference when you are feeling anxious. You need to give yourself that time. You need to fill your cup in the morning before you go out and deal with everyone else in the world. Deal with yourself first. The first thing that I like to do when I get up in the morning is, stretch myself out a little bit. Sometimes I'll wake up and I'll just go right into a forward fold, grab for my toes, and just start to, create that space in your body. Anxiety has so much to do with you holding on to tension in your body that doesn't serve you. So when you physically stretch and create that space, it's going to help you mentally clear out as well. So definitely do that. But when I get up in the morning, the first real thing that I do in the morning is drink water, you guys. Water does so much for your body. I yell at my family constantly about this. They're always like, my head hurts and I'm tired. And I'm like, well, did you have any water today? And they're like, no, I had like 3 Cokes and drink water, you guys. Put that extra nourishment, that extra oxygen in your body. Get up, chug your water. If you need something a little bit more fun than just the taste of plain water, you can always add a little bit of lemon or fruit to your water. That's always really fun. If you do like lemon in your water, it's really good for detoxifying your body, getting rid of all of that nastiness that we don't need anymore. So put some lemon in your water if you have it. It's really good for you. And just, this is an act of nourishing yourself. So see it as that, not just drinking water like, oh, we do that all the time. See it as an act of you nurturing yourself, of you taking care of yourself. Change that mindset a little bit. We're working on the mindset today, y'all. So once I chug my water or my tea or my lemon water or whatever it is in the morning, the next thing that I like to do is I like to just go outside and kind of take a minute to just take it all in. I like to start my morning outside and listening to nature, wake me up. I might water my plants. That helps me. Watering your plants makes you feel so good. So I love watering my plants in the morning. And I'll usually take a minute to kind of sit outside and read. In the morning, especially when you're feeling anxious, choosing a book that is very empowering will really help you kind of shift your mindset, away from that anxiety, nerve, kind of like, giddy mindset to, I got this. Everything's cool. We got this. I am reading Women Who Run with the Wolves right now. I'm sure I've raved about it a lot. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I rave about it a lot, but it's a really, really good book to start your day. And I would definitely just recommend taking a minute to sit down and read in the morning instead of jumping right into your electronics. Like I said, we're working on filling our own cups this morning, so put your phone down, put your computer down, and just take a minute to be with yourself in your own space, water your plants, read a book, do some yoga, whatever it is that you need to do, take that time. After I've just kind of woken my body up, once I can handle life, you know, you're awake, and now I'm like, okay, I can actually do it. I've been reading for a minute, like I can, okay, let's do the day. The next thing that I like to do is a really grounding yoga flow. This is so important when you have anxiety because it just releases so much energy that you're storing. Like we talked about, when you get up in the morning, it's the same kind of thing. So let me know in the comments down below if you guys would be interested in seeing a like anti-anxiety grounding yoga flow on this channel. I used to post more yoga videos, but I just never really know if you guys like them or not, so let me know if that's something you'd want to see. I would love to share that with you. Some of my favorite poses to do are child's pose, pigeon pose, downward dog, upward dog, and just those really deep stretches where you can really breathe deep into your belly, wiggle your back around, wiggle your shoulders, take any little movements, and yeah, just do some yoga. It will help you release so much that you're storing in your physical body as well. After you stretch a little bit, take some time for yourself in the morning, let's start jumping into our brain and tackling what's going on up in there. I love journaling in the morning and writing and just kind of organizing my thoughts in a way that I can always refer back to. It's very helpful when you're feeling anxious, especially if you don't know why you're feeling anxious, to just write out how you're feeling, and it will help kind of make more sense to you in your mind. I created a really fun free printable for you guys. I talked about it in my last video, but if you haven't grabbed it already, I will leave the link below. It's tayluna.com/anxiety. And this is a worksheet that I created just to kind of help you organize your thoughts before you tackle your day. It gives you a to-do list that you can fill out. It gives you a gratitude list so you can write something that you're grateful for. There's a few yoga poses on here that you can do. There's a little journal questioning section, and then there's a section to add an affirmation for your day. I love doing worksheets like this because it kind of helps you organize your day, get you excited for your day. Now you're making affirmations, so it just makes you feel so much better and like you're going into it with a plan instead of just diving right in and not really knowing like what's gonna happen today. So I really, really like this worksheet. I actually use it a lot. You can print it out as many times as you want. It's gonna be on my website forever, so feel free to take advantage of it and use it and let me know what you think. So I just went onto my website this morning and printed off a new one and filled that bad boy out, and it was so, so nice to be able to just kind of communicate with your own thoughts a little bit. You know what I mean? Make sense of your own thoughts instead of them just being nerves that you can't make sense of, because we don't need that. So I'm basically gonna fill this sheet out. I wanted to do one thing with you. I'm gonna do the rest on my own, but in the middle of the worksheet there's a section that says my affirmation. And depending on how you're feeling, you can kind of set this to be whatever you need it to be for the day. So if you're feeling really anxious in the morning, it would be really good to set an intention or an affirmation to kind of state the opposite, and say that you feel in control, you feel calm, you have no worries about your day, you're confident, and just kind of fill yourself up with those words instead of, you know, I'm feeling anxious, I feel out of control. So those are the things that are going to be on your mind today, the fact that you feel good. So it's kind of like rewiring your brain a little bit. Instead of telling it to feel the way it already feels, which is not very good and anxious and all of that, we're going to tell our brain to feel better and rewire that mindset, and that will really help you go throughout your day with less anxiety, I promise. If you wake up feeling like, I'm just kind of here today, I don't really know how I'm feeling, I need a little bit of inspiration, one of my favorite things to use are oracle decks. This is actually an oracle deck that I used every single day for a long time to pull an intention card. I will leave the link to this card deck in the description. I do have a video where we kind of go through some of my favorite oracle decks, so you can choose one that calls to you. I'll leave the link for that down there if you haven't seen it. These cards look like this, and the way that I like to do it is I will just spread them out and pull whatever one kind of calls to my attention. So I'm gonna just do it in my hand right here. And we have self-esteem. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. So that's a really, really good affirmation to set for yourself for the day, especially if you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling kind of worried about something. Giving yourself the reminder that you have everything you need, you have all of the gifts in your soul to do whatever it is that you need to do. And yeah, to benefit me and others. So maybe that's something you can tap into throughout your day as well. So yeah, this is just something I wanted to share while I was kind of doing my morning. That sometimes my affirmation comes to me naturally, and I know right when I wake up, like, this is what I need to work on today. And sometimes I need a little bit of a kick or inspiration, if you will. So I love using my cards for that. I really enjoy these worksheets, and I'm gonna try and pump a few more out for you guys. So if you have any ideas or anything for making new worksheets, let me know in the comments down below. And at the top of our worksheet, we have a quote that I actually really, really love. It says, "When you can't control what's happening, challenge yourself to control the way you respond to what's happening. That's where your power is." From the Buddha. I think it's a really inspiring worksheet to use in the morning, whether you're feeling anxious or not. It'll just help you organize your thoughts, get it down on paper, and remember to be grateful. Remember to set an intention, an affirmation for yourself, so you have something you're working towards. You have your to-do list. It's just a really nice way to kind of map everything out for you. And once you have a plan, anxiety just starts to slowly break away. Anxiety is just the fear of the unknown. So once we start to release that unknown and fill it with known, you're gonna feel a lot less anxious, I promise. After I finish my worksheet and just kind of writing about my day in any way that I need to, the last thing I usually do before I go make myself some breakfast is I take a minute to meditate. I like to sit here, and there's tons of different meditations you guys can put on. I have a couple guided meditations that I've recorded that you can listen to down below, or if you just go on YouTube and search, anti-anxiety meditation, you can do that. My favorite app for meditating on iPhone is called Insight Timer, and I use that. There's loads of different meditations you can do. If you're not fond of just sitting here and being in your own silence and trying to chase your thoughts away, because that can be stressful sometimes, then I would definitely recommend trying a guided meditation so somebody can walk you through what to think in your head, what to process. But another one of my favorite toys to use is my singing bowl. So yeah, this is a Tibetan singing bowl, and this is really fun to help you meditate with in the morning. So I really like Tibetan singing bowls for meditating because it has such a beautiful, gentle vibration that you can feel all throughout your body. It's especially amazing when you lay down and play the bowl on your tummy. You can just feel the vibrations clearing everything in your body. It is amazing. But I think it's also just a really, really calming sound as well. So yeah, if you don't have a singing bowl, I will link one down below that you can purchase, or you can just go on YouTube and search singing bowl meditation, and there you go. But that's pretty much the last thing that I do. Usually I will, make myself some breakfast and do all of that stuff. And if I'm having a really, really bad, panicky kind of day, I will usually make a little anxiety emergency kit, and that is going to be our next video on this channel. I'm gonna show you what kind of things to put in a little emergency kit, so anywhere you are, you can tap into that if you need some relief. I'm really excited. So make sure to like this video if you enjoyed and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on next week's video. You can click that little notification bell if you want to be notified when I post. And that is everything, you guys. I really hope this helps you. I hope this inspires you to add a little bit more self-care into your morning. I know for me, when I had a conventional normal person job, it was kind of the same thing every day, you know, waking up the last possible minute, getting all of the sleep that I could, and rushing my ass out the door. You know, sometimes I wouldn't even grab something to eat for breakfast. So it's just so important to take care of yourself, to fill your cup before you go out and serve anybody else in this world. It is so, so, so important. And learning to deal with your anxiety is something that takes practice. So when you start implementing practices like this into your morning, you can kind of feel what works for you, what doesn't work for you, and you will go into your day feeling a lot more confident. And that is so important when you're struggling with anxiety. So I really encourage you guys to start a morning routine like this. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite part of my morning routine is. And if you have a morning routine, let me know what your favorite part of your morning is. Maybe I need to add that into my morning ritual as well. So let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear. I would love to chat about your anxiety journey, you know? Let's talk about it. I'm going to be updating my website throughout all of our anxiety videos, so if you just head to tayluna.com/anxiety, all of the videos will be there, all of the free printables and everything that I'm offering will be there, and I'm so excited. I hope this helps you guys out because anxiety is the worst. So let's get rid of her. I love you guys to the moon and back, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Mwah.